It's only me. I was working, but I've got to put a call in to a bailiff on behalf of someone because this bailiff thinks he's above the law. So listen to this. He's given me consent to use his name, and we'll give this plonker a call and see where we roll with this. Alright, so bear with me, guys. This guy's called Ejaz. See what happens.
Hello.
Hello, is that Ejaz?
Yes.
Hi Ejaz, my name's Lord Witcher. I'm ringing you with regards to a gentleman called Andrew Burnett.
Right. Do you have a reference number?
I don't, sir, but he has your paperwork.
Sorry?
He has your paperwork, and I'm legally representing him as his Mackenzie friend. Okay. Now,
Right. What's your reference number? I can't do anything without a reference number.
well, it's from Collectica.
Yeah. What's your surname?
Burnett, B-U-R-N-E-T-T. Just to let you know, I'm recording this conversation.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Now, he's given me power of attorney to talk for him.
I can see that.
You don't have to see nothing. I'm litigant in you don't. Did you say you have to see that?
Yeah. Can you send that to our office? Because they won't allow me to talk to anyone else.
You've got discretionary power, sir. You was born with them. Right. Listen. Just to put you in a picture, I tell you what's going to happen. He's given me full power of attorney to speak for him. Okay.
Right.
We're giving you a cease and desist order. Do not attend that property. Okay? Should you do so, on Tuesday, I will be laying a claim against you personally in the Royal Courts of Justice in front of the practice masters for the Privy Council, because I'm going to do 2 others, and I'm successful at this.
Right.
Do you want to get implicated into this?
Right.
I want to just read you something, okay, just to show you that I'm not mucking around.
Right. But you're speaking to the wrong person.
No, he's given me your name as a reference because apparently you've been round it.
I'm the guy that's been asked to enforce the warrant. Right?
Are you?
You need to speak to my manager.
No, because you're given discretionary powers, and it is you, the man, that is carrying out this action. So we don't.
Do you know what this is over?
Some collection of I'm not too sure. It's something to do with an alleged fine. Okay.
Right. This is a court fine outstanding.
Right. Okay. Can I? Ejaz, listen. Just briefly, I will just explain to you that common law is superior in this land. Okay. And legislation, acts of parliament are secondary. Just to prove that, I will read you something from a law book.
Look, before you read me anything, right, what he needs to do, as I explained to him yesterday, he needs to go into a court.
No, listen, I'm just going to, Ejaz, listen. No, we might go down that road, okay? However, we don't play in administrative courts, we play in Crown courts, okay? We play with the Queen. We play with her oath of office. Now let me just read you something, if I may. Administrative courts have no authority in this country. Halsbury's Law of England on Administrative Law 2011. The law is absolutely clear on this subject. There is no authority for administrative courts in this country, and no act can be passed to legitimise them because of the constitutional restraints placed upon Her Majesty at her coronation. So, we will sue you as a man under common law should you attend that property. I'm giving you a verbal cease and desist order, okay? And I require of you, as my trusted public servant, or his trusted public servant, your name and date of birth, please, sir.
Right, before I do that, can I have your name?
Yes, Lord Witcher. My name is Lord Witcher.
Lord?
Lord Witcher, yes, sir.
Witcher.
Lord Witcher. W-I-T-C-H-E-R.
Sorry.
W-I-T-C-H-E-R. You can ask anyone. You can even ring the Queen. She knows me. She knows all about me. You can ring the Prime Minister. My name is Lord Richer, and I am Andrew Burnett's power of attorney. He's given me full Burnett. And he's given me your telephone number and your name, sir. Listen, Ejas, let's just get this straight. This isn't personal. Okay? This isn't personal between me and you. I've got every respect for you, sir. However, legislation doesn't have the right to play with our common law, and we won't let you do that. So, I'm going to the Royal Courts of Justice on Tuesday to lay 2 private prosecutions, okay, before a practice master at Queen's Bench Division, and should Andrew instruct me to do so, I will be laying a claim on his behalf against anyone that turns up at his address causing him stress and duress, and we will seek private prosecutions. And we won't sue Collectica, we'll be suing the individuals that interfere with his common law rights.
Right, okay. Lord Richard,
Listen.
can I have your number, please?
My telephone number is 07512
07512
311
311
491.
491.
Okay, and I will lay that if anyone goes to his house, anyone.
I understand that. What's the business name you're calling from, or your
No,
company name? Or...
I'm a man, mate. I'm not a business. I'm a man. I'm flesh and blood.
Right, okay. Well, I'll get my office to give you a call because...
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, Ejaz, right, listen, yourself, you basically play the role as a trusted public servant, right? And if you don't, you have no legitimacy. Police officers do the same. They swear oath of allegiance to the Queen, all right? So,
Yeah.
if someone don't give you consent and they give you a denial of access, you have to honour that. If you breach it, we will have you in front of a master where I will lay a claim against any individual man or woman that perpetrates Andrew's common law, God-given rights.
Right, right, I'll run this past my office because we've got a warrant
Yeah.
from a court.
No, that's not. Yeah, but it has to be signed by a wet signature, and it has to have a crown seal. If it doesn't, I want that judge's or magistrate's name, and I will lay a claim against him in Queen's Bench. Queen's Bench, Ejaz, is the highest court in this land, highest court. And when a master makes an order and he says to me, I'm going to sue for a lot of money, mate. We're not talking peanuts. We're talking proper law. Because it's unconstitutional. They're unconstitutional. And I'll tell you as well, if he doesn't pay that, listen, Ejaz, under the Human Rights Act, this is using legislation that Parliament have set out. I'm just letting you know that under legislation, the Human Rights Act, Protocol 4, says no person can suffer loss of liberty, as in go to prison, because they can't fulfil a contract. That fines a contract. Okay? I will lay that before the judge, the human right article, and if that judge then does anything contrary to that, he will dishonour the Queen and himself and will be acting in perjury and as an imposter. Listen, administrative courts do not overrule supreme common law courts, and that's where I play. I don't play in administrative courts, but anyone that perpetrates any one of my brothers and sisters, if it was happened to you, I'd do the same for you. If you play against...
I'll get my manager to call you.
What's your manager's name, Ejaz?
I think it's Andy in the office who's dealing with it today.
Okay, mate, what's your surname? Can I have your surname?
Yeah, it's Hussein.
Hussein. Yeah, mate, it's nothing personal, it's just that this can't carry on. These unlawful administrative hearings have got to stop, and you've got to stop beating up your fellow brothers and sisters. How would you feel if that was someone in your house?
Well,
I'm just asking you.
In my house, whoever the devil like that, I'd make sure it's clear.
Listen, England, my friend, is in Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Every one of your banknotes represents debt. So all you can do with a debt is discharge it. You can't pay a debt. And what backs the currency in this country is yourself and other men and women. There's nothing that backs the currency apart from the men and women of this country. So he can discharge that debt. Yes, sir.
Andrew's made payments towards this.
That's fine, but he's still got the God-given right to do what he wants, mate. He doesn't have to abide by any of your rules of society. None of them. Once he becomes a man, he doesn't have to abide. He's work. Listen, if he wants to play a legal entity, as in a person, that's up to him. But he's now come outside that, and he's now a sovereign man. So anyone that plays with his rights will be with me, and I'll be laying a claim against you in front of a master in Queen's Bench, and you will be summoned. And if you don't attend, we'll arrest you, and we'll bring you to that court by a police officer, because that's common. Listen, common law, my friend, rules supreme in this land, and if anyone tells you otherwise, they need to go and check the facts. Get Halsbury's Law Dictionary and just check it out. You'll see it.
Right. Well, the only option we've really got is to get a signed warrant, haven't we?
Signed warrant by a judge that's on his oath to the Queen, that's got a wet signature, not a computer-generated signature, a wet signature, and a proper Crown seal. That's the only time that warrant has got any legitimacy. If it's a computer-generated signature, HMCTS courts are administrative courts. They're not common law courts, they're administrative. And administrative courts, right, they've got no legitimacy in England. They don't beat common law. Trust me. If you go into your local town, see the size of your common law courts. Massive, isn't it? Because that's where justice is, brother. And listen, anyone, what I'm just going to say, I'm going to end this now, Ejaz. If anyone plays with Andrew's God-given rights, and after I've given you this cease and desist order, which is being videoed, and probably will be on YouTube within the hour.
Right.
All right, sir. But listen, you have a lovely day, and I'd love to hear from your manager. But I will openly sue any man or any woman that does anything to Andrew against his will.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Ejaz, it's a pleasure talking to you, my man. You take it easy and have a lovely day.
Okay, mate.
Thank you. Well, there you go. I got a bit carried away there because it gets my passion. So you could hear I was a bit to start with, because I can't stand seeing what's going on to the people of this country when the remedy is simple. Our common law is supreme. In the Act of Parliament is secondary, and I'll just, before I disappear, I'll give you this, because this is a very, very good remedy. This is from the Halsbury's Law of England book, okay? And it says, administrative courts have no authority in this country. Halsbury's Law of England on Administrative Law, 2011. The law is absolutely clear on this subject. There is no authority for an administrative court in this country, and no act can be passed to legitimise them because of the constitutional restraints placed upon Her Majesty at her coronation. There you go. So administrative courts have got no power in this country, guys, and the minute you turn around and tell these people no, they have to stop, they have to cease and desist. If they don't, take them to Queen's Bench at the Royal Courts of Justice and sue the fucking arses out of them. This is coming, guys. This is coming. Andrew gave me consent to put this up. I've done it on his behalf. If he wants me to crack on with it, I'm up there on Tuesday. I will lay this claim. Take care, guys. Three Wise Men Productions over there. Before I disappear, Bill Maloney beat Nick Clegg up outside Parliament this morning with Sonia Poulton. People are now getting off their arses and taking this straight to Parliament. And Bill Maloney exposed Nick Clegg. Nick Clegg wouldn't even talk to him. He turned round on a sixpence and run for cover to his lovely government building where the traitors hang out, guys. I know I'm passionate, but things have got to change in England. So Bill Maloney exposed him this morning. Sonia Poulton did. Sonia Poulton's a great journalist. Very brave woman. Respect to you both. Carry on doing the work. We are now taking this to them. We're taking this to them, guys. Anyone that wants to get behind me and come with me to the Royal Courts of Justice, we're going on Tuesday next week. Be a pleasure to see you there. Take care.